Good morning, everyone, and how are you? My name is Sarai. Thank you for joining me here. I'm here today with you to show you a little bit and share with you a little bit more about why pranayama or deep abdominal breathing is so beneficial, especially during stressful and anxious times. Now, I've used this technique for almost 12 years, and I can tell you every time my emotions feel like they're winning the battle, I'm able to apply this technique, get my emotions under control again, and be able to think more clearly and feel better. So, without further ado, let's get into what is pranayama. So, pranayama is just the Sanskrit word for deep abdominal breathing. It is expressing or explaining a process that happens when we breathe deeply into our abdomen area and then exhaling, contracting the belly button back towards the spine. And so, like I've said before, I've used this technique for almost 12 years. I first began using this technique as a military wife. I heard it on some show. I don't know if it was like Oprah or something like that. And then I read it in a magazine. And then, really, a few years later, I went to a meditation and healing class. And that is where I learned the proper application of this technique, and it became one of my favorite go-to. Don't need to buy anything, don't need to sit down in a special place or anything like that. I could use it anywhere I want at any time, and it was super beneficial, especially, like I said, being a military wife at the time and having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, lots of fear, lots of insomnia and depression. And so this technique really was one of the things that I think helped me turn my life around. So when people use this technique, there's different ways. Sometimes they combine it with certain counts of breathing, and sometimes they hold and they squeeze. All of that is great for advanced meditators, but really if you're using it to de-stress and to calm your body and bring it out of that state of hysteria, then all you have to do is remember two little numbers, and that's 6 and 3. And so these 6 and 3s will repeat. And I have a video to show you what I mean right here. Let me bring that out for you. So we're going to inhale 6 counts through the nose. All of the inhaling and exhaling is done through your nose. And then you're going to hold your breath for 3 seconds. And then you're going to exhale for 6, holding your breath for 3 seconds. And you're going to repeat this cycle 7 times. And what I have found that it helps me with is that, and I can feel it happening, is as I'm inhaling, I'm actually using a broader portion of my lungs. So the breath is really going deep down into the lungs. So I'm not always up here and tense in my neck and shoulders. And then I'm filling in the air. I'm allowing that air to kind of come down. And as I'm filling up my lungs with fresh air, what it's doing is I could feel it pushing down on my diaphragm, which the diaphragm tends to get very, very stiff, especially when people are going under through a lot of stress, under a lot of stress. And so the diaphragm kind of stiffens up, and then that affects like your stomach and your digestive system. So one of the things that I noticed is that when I was going through all of these emotional ups and downs, that it would affect like my eating. Either I would overeat, or there would be periods of time when I would not eat at all. And the times that I did eat, it would cause some kind of either upset stomach or diarrhea or something like of that sort. And when it was really bad, it was a combination of all sorts of things happening at the same time, but it was almost centered around my digestive system. So that's why I feel like this technique really helped me, because I could feel it massaging my insides and kind of like relaxing them in a very beautiful way. And then as I would exhale, I would contract my stomach, bring my belly button back towards my spine, and then I could feel like this immense relief. And as I did this, it has a compounding effect. It's something that I found that if I started off my day with it, and then if needed, I would implement it again somewhere around midday and then again after dinner, to make sure, because I was so stressed over these emotional ups and downs, that I was afraid to eat dinner. I was afraid to eat past dark, because what if I stayed up all night, not having a good time? And so when I started implementing this, I started using it kind of like as preventative, like it was dealing with things at the time, but I could also use it preventatively to help me be able to sleep through the night if it was even possible that night, right? And so one of the things that I want to share with you is that just like I have done this as a means to kind of cut a cycle or cut a process from going further or even materializing at all, you can also use it as preventative. And when I've shared this with other people who have gone through similar things, they've been successful at preventing and or stopping an episode from happening. So I hope that this technique is beneficial to you. And let's just have a little practice run. One of the things that I want to really stress to you or clarify to you is that you want to do 7 cycles. You don't just want to do it one time. It's not enough. And so when you inhale, so we'll see it in the diagram right now, you hold and then you exhale and then you hold. That's one cycle. You'll inhale again, hold, then you'll exhale again, hold. That's 2 cycles. And you're going to do this all the way to 7 cycles. Every time you're doing this, my attention is right in between my eyebrows. That's where I put my attention. I focus there as I'm breathing in and holding, exhaling and holding. My attention is right in between my eyebrows. And that's a very important point because it's connected to a very important gland inside our brain, which allows us to have more mental and emotional clarity and really have like this sense of empowerment that you can control your body, your thoughts, and your emotions. So I hope this is super helpful for you. Go ahead and try it. Leave me your comments here if you've tried it. I'm more than happy to give feedback. Oh, one more thing. If you really want to make this technique super powerful, try it with the tip of your tongue connected to the roof of your mouth. And this allows for more circulation, more oxygen, and more movement throughout your body, allowing for your entire body to participate in this technique, calming your nervous system, calming your body, your muscles, and especially your thoughts and emotions. I'm wishing you all the best, good health, and happiness. Thank you. I have another video that actually goes through the exercise, so you can go ahead and after you've watched this, you've got a good grip on how to do the technique. Go ahead and do the other one. You can download it on your phone, have it available, and practice it as much as you'd like. Thank you so much. Be safe, be happy, and be prosperous.